Hello, Wayfarers! Welcome to episode 2 of our Vampire the Masquerade game. We're all really excited to continue on this story. We hope you're excited to be joining us. Ooh, I need to fix that. That is not simple. That looks awful. Bear with me while I fix something on this stream screen, because it didn't look like that last time. But yeah, no, we are back. We are back for some more vampire nonsense. With our wonderful what's the term for the GM in Vampire?
Storyteller.
The storyteller. That is way duller than I expected for this game, to be honest.
Yeah, but I feel like it's very deceiving.
It's very deceiving. It's super deceiving because, as we are all, Chris, have you GM'd before? I don't think I've ever seen you GM. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're all GMs. We all know the idea of a GM being a storyteller is absolute bollocks. But no, we are. So yeah, very deceiving. But also, you just think it'd be something cooler. You know? No, you just think it'd be a cooler title. Like, I know, doing Call of Cthulhu, it's like the Keeper of Arcane Lore. It's like, I thought it'd be something like that, but never mind. Anyways. B, you are a wonderful storyteller for this game, so I hand the reins over to you.
Okay, so last session, first session, Tabitha awoke after having a vision. The vision was dark room, voice on the stage saying that you had been found guilty of your crimes and sentenced with death. After that, your usual chaos ensued. There were bodies. There had been missing body parts found. The latest one was 2 streets away from where your, I suppose, home base is. We then had Cal and Reinhardt went to go and investigate the dead bodies. Lou went to go and attempt to charm a detective, but definitely got the contact details of the receptionist.
I also got the contact details of the detective.
True, but I think they want totally different things from you, so...
They certainly do, yeah.
Then we had Tabitha, who has a fangirl, who told her about another vampire club that's opened up called Prey. And she also had another vision about the latest victim. While in that vision, someone told her to back off and shut her out of the vision. So, at the end of this exciting night, I should say it wasn't evening, it was definitely night, you retired. And we come to the next evening. It has now getting dark. Yous are all starting to stir. What do you guys want to do first?
Well, that's a question.
I rearranged my bedroom. It's not right.
Excellent. Are
That's
you
what
adding
Tabitha's doing.
anything new or taking
Not
anything
yet.
away?
She's making space just in case she finds something today.
Okay.
I'll probably kind of get up, have a walk around his little room that's actually kind of at the back of the National Archives. Walk into what is essentially a small beer fridge, and there is tiny vials of blood in racks inside this beer fridge with what looks whirling like the Dewey Decimal System to organize them. And then he'll put one of the vials of the body we just found into it and quickly scribble up the number for it. And he'll probably just dump the other one into his bag. He'll go past where he sleeps and he'll open a bedside table, and in it he is going to chuck a small stone with a circle. You know, like you get the stones that have like little circles in the middle?
Oh, like bored right the way through.
Yeah, like Waters,
Yeah.
done that thing where he's going to chuck that into the drawer and then slam the drawer, and then head off out.
Okay. Lou, I imagine you're probably awoken by Tabitha rearranging her room, which I imagine is probably not an unusual occurrence.
No, yeah, he just kind of like wakes up to the noise, goes to just poke his head round the corner and make sure that it's not anything new, just the same old stuff that Tabitha does. Just kind of poke his head around and goes, "Good evening, Tabby," and then we'll probably go to his studio, and continues working on an art piece that he's been working on. His art style has always been trying to capture the beauty in the grim. He does a bit more work on that, and then probably snaps a photo of it and sends it off to his friends, Mina, who is another local young artist who he has built a friendship with over their artistic love and abilities.
Okay, and what is Cal up to?
So Cal lives in the wall of Magelda's flat. So I imagine his space is like there's loads of fishing hooks hanging, and they've all got mobile phones tied to them. So he'll be like rooting around trying to find one. He'll send a text to Lou saying, "What is today's most important number?" And then it will be space. This one. This is my number for today, and tell him to pass it on to everybody else. He has a new phone every day. He'll watch the security footage of Magelda. He's tidied her flat, so she should have a nice day. He's got a black cat that he looks after. He'll move everything out of the cat's way, like literally just like knocks his laptop on the floor. Wherever the cat goes, the cat has righteous Preston. And we'll make sure that he'll basically go over anything that we were looking at the night before. Tried to get his ghoul Magelda to look at the John Doe, so be checking if she finished that. If she hasn't, then he'll go, and then he'll make sure that he finds out where the coterie are before he ever even leaves the wall.
Okay, so obviously Cal knows that Tabitha and Lou are still in their little flat penthouse suite, whatever weird, extravagant, outlandish place they live in. And obviously he knows that Reinhardt is in his tiny little cubbyhole at the back of the National Archives. How no one's found him yet has been purely skill on his part. So your ghoul sent you information that you required last night.
Good.
So the John Doe is actually a Jane Doe.
Oh.
Again, none of it was. A lot of details weren't put in files that anyone could find. She had to do a lot of digging and a lot of bribery to get the information. So the victim is called Evita Klassen. She is 24 years old. All you've managed to get so far is that she's not native to the Netherlands. That's all the information she could get for you so far. But again, it was very, very difficult to get. It's like someone is purposefully suppressing all the information around this case.
Which is more important in some ways, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what else you sent me on your little list. So the poor morgue technician that you scared the absolute crap out of.
Yeah, he's on the list now.
Made him faint. Yep, she found out about him. So his name is Lucas Holt. He lives alone. He lives sort of.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What a fool.
Ironically, also has a cat.
Yes.
A little white cat. He lives kind of about 45 minutes away from the police station. so he can walk to and from work.
Oh yeah.
So you also know, like, he was much easier to find. He has social media,
Yeah, he's just a
slightly
person.
obsessed with his cat and weird things. He has recently graduated, obviously got his degree and things, and has finally been sort of left to his own devices, but maybe not any longer after what happened last night. So yeah, that's your morgue worker, your
Good,
morgue technician.
Yeah, I'm going to work on Lucas Holt.
Excellent. So while Cal's doing his thing, reading all the information that he's got, Lou, you get a message back from Mina, saying that she is loving what you're doing so far. Recommends not changing anything, but maybe trying the same thing again, but in a slightly different style. Maybe using more subtle colors in between. So imagine it's like very dark with like bright splashes of color. She's trying to like get you to do maybe slight more subtle, paler colors in between, just to maybe give it a pop. She's sending you all the usual type of artistic chit chat that I assume you are used to doing. Tabitha, as you're rearranging your room, you happen to move a chest of drawers, and out pops a little dead mouse. It's been there for a little while.
Oh,
Slightly.
well, that's bad.
I'll
throw it out the window.
Excellent. You also get you also get a message from oh my god, name blank. The club owner. I want to say Stephen.
Yeah, his name's Steven.
Yeah. To tell you that your set last night was a bigger hit than usual.
Why is every NPC name that you come up with for other games there a Steve?
No, it's tradition now. There needs to be at least one.
Yeah, he's canon in all
Yeah,
universes.
It has to happen.
Steve is God. Anyway. Yeah, so you get a message from Stephen, and he tells you that last night your set caused so much frenzy. And basically wants you to now do it again, maybe not all the time, but to sort of maybe try something new in your sets to spice it up a little bit, especially because this new club is starting to gain a bit of traction. And he's a little bit worried because he can't get any information on this new club either. And Reinhardt, what are you doing when you leave? Are you heading to anywhere in particular?
He'd probably stop by he'd probably leave where he kind of hides out, go via the restoration room and just do a quick check to see if there's any books that take his fancy, or more worryingly, books that might mention him, because that's something he might have to censor slightly.
Okay.
Since everybody else is away, he'll probably just go and have a quick look and be like, oh.
Okay, so you're wanting to check for something.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to need you to do a roll then to see how good you're actually going to be at finding things. Yeah, you can use your new dice.
I know.
So let me see.
I gave you a lot of black ones.
So it's going to be probably investigation and possibly awareness, just because to make sure that there is nobody around. If you do have a rake, to see if you make sure you don't move anything that's normal people are going to notice.
That was one success from 4 dice.
Okay, that's not bad. You don't really find anything too interesting, like a couple of things that have like reminded you of something else. You can't see anything with your name.
Oh, that's fine. And I shall leave this place of words and travel to the club.
Excellent. Are yous all meeting at the club, or are you?
Cal will sit on the street opposite the club, hiding like a homeless person until he sees the rest of gone into the club.
Yeah, imagine we go down to the club.
Yeah.
So, Tabitha, you don't have a set tonight.
Okay.
But he does want to. He did when he sent you the message. He kind of wanted you to come in and talk to him about it,
Okay.
and see if you could come up with like any ideas to rejuvenate the club and the set. And he will also want to talk to Lou about that because Lou also helps bring in people.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Being a real life vampire and things.
Before Lou gets ready to go out, he is going to send another text message, but he's going to send a text message to David, the cop.
Mm-hmm.
And just innocuous text saying, you working tonight? And no, I don't think Lou's the kind to kind of use emojis. Just innocuous text inquiring if he's working.
Are you going to say it's from you?
Yes, no.
Okay. I'm just checking because
Tabitha communicates entirely in emojis.
Yeah.
I can quite believe that. Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's why I don't give you my number.
Yeah.
Because,
I imagine it's
you working tonight. This is Lou from last night. Yeah.
Excellent. So you can see that it's almost immediately read. But nothing comes through. It's like you can just see that it's like David is typing for like ages and then it stops. And then it goes, David is typing, and then it stops. And it goes on for like a good 10 minutes when he's trying to do this whole and an thing. And then you get a message back going, sadly, yes, but I'm free tomorrow. ... question mark.
Lou will. Yeah, no, Lou will message back on that and just saying, actually, yeah, he's going to take complete control of this and just say, text back, it's a date.
Okay, and then you just see the red, and then it just nothing happens. But you can almost picture him going like luminous red. Like he did when you were flirting with him at the police station, like just luminous red.
Oh yeah. You got to set these things up when you feed like Lou does. You need to set these things up in advance.
Batter 'em up. Yeah.
That is true. You all have your own unique styles.
So we'll be sending those messages right before getting dressed and going to the club.
Excellent. Okay, so as Lou and Tabitha head to the club, I imagine that Reinhard is probably a little bit further behind. He's got a bit further to trek.
And he doesn't walk quickly. Walk
No,
quickly means you're not in command of the situation.
Yeah, I imagine he saunters.
Yeah, he's always in cam, and he will turn up exactly when required. Not when some...
I just got Major Gandalf vibes. I'm sorry, when it's like a wizard is never early inverted.
Yeah, exactly. He arrives exactly when he needs to. Yeah, he doesn't rush. If other people are rushing around, that's their problem. He does not. He's not some sort of simple messenger to be summoned.
Excellent. Good to know.
I mean, he probably does check his phone as well. But like, I imagine everybody else has got a smartphone. He's just got like, they did a new version of the 3310.
Oh yeah.
He's probably got one of those and hates it with every ounce of his being that there's this thing that means people can get hold of him directly, and like the old days where they had to book an appointment and speak to him. He just finds it rather just distasteful.
We'll
I
get
imagine-
there again.
Yeah. I imagine though he also probably realizes the importance of having that.
Yeah, doesn't really like it.
Doesn't like it, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Cal would insist. He'd be like,
I take
"Come
it back. Lou uses emojis exclusively with Reinhardt.
And yeah,
I just like to think like my phone can't display them, so I just get a little
Like-
I know
square
he'll
box.
do like the old school like.
I like the
colon
winky
and-
face with the
yeah.
semicolon and the
You
Yeah.
send him like a little @ symbol dash dash dash, little squiggly dash, see some new roses.
I'd like to think he's figured out how to take photos. So when you do that, he probably sends you something back in like some really obscure language that he's trying to learn, like Sumerian or something like that.
yeah, totally.
So it's just this really weird, just like what?
Excellent.
I imagine though that you have been together for long enough that you all know that if anything, like you probably, I imagine you've probably got code words almost for when something is genuinely an emergency.
I would hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine Cal is probably the one that influenced all of
I
that.
was gonna say that Cal probably said this is the word.
Yeah.
He's giving us
If
safe words.
anyone ever says this, you stop what you're doing and you go and help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Only to be used in the most dire of circumstances.
Yeah, and he will never reply to your text ever. When you look at the chat, it's like 100 messages from you and one word from him. It's just same face. Definitely not 20 emojis.
Yeah, I imagine Lou's probably the only one that can understand Tabitha's messages.
yeah.
Maybe.
Probably.
Which is literally like, oh, like DJ set, and then it's like moon and girl dancing, and then drinks and
Yeah.
then like fireworks, and everyone's like, what? It's just like, oh, did you not know this?
It's probably,
Champagne glass.
It's like duck in a pond. Everyone's like, what on earth? Excellent. Okay, so Lou and Tabitha arrive at the club. Stephen is on the phone, so he's like, he gives you the thing of like 5 minutes and you just go to your normal seat. I imagine Cal does his usual thing of popping up out of nowhere.
Oh yeah.
In the back shadowiest corner of the booth.
Yeah, probably have a hoodie up so you can look somewhat like just a drugged out patron. His head's always down.
I imagine they don't even, none of the other people, mortals in the club, even see you.
No.
Because
probably
bearing
not.
in mind, it's not actually open yet. Like,
Yeah.
it's not got any patrons in it, so nobody sees you anyway.
Curse of unlife.
Yeah.
Well, that's depends on your point of view, I suppose.
Cal, darling, you really don't have to do that sneaky thing when it's just us.
I disagree. I have information.
Good.
The body. It is a woman, a Jane Doe. Evicta Clathen, 24 years old. She's not from here. Someone doesn't want me to know, which is fun. In a way.
So you
Challenge.
said- what was the name?
Erica Klassen.
Erica Clathen.
What do you mean by not a native? Like to the country, the continent?
All you
from
know
the-
at the moment is she's not from the Netherlands.
Yes. Not from the Netherlands.
Traveled in. Like us, I guess.
I don't think anyone's like us, but I hope not anyway.
Well, I mean, truly, there's loads of people like us, but I meant more from somewhere else.
Yes, I understand. I do worry though. Someone's doing an okay job at hiding the rest of the information from me.
It's very interesting that it's been so difficult for you to find that, and
Annoying rather than interesting.
annoying, but also interesting, because it seems that a lot of our investigations have proved to be quite difficult. Not us, neither Tabby or I, or even Steve, have been able to discern anything about this new club that's opened up. We're not able to discern much about this new victim that's shown up in our area.
We haven't gone to
No.
the club.
No,
We
not
haven't,
yet.
but it seems interesting that the information is so restricted nonetheless, and
Mm-hmm.
that seems to be a recurring theme.
I don't like not knowing.
I know. But
We should know.
it's fine. We just dig a bit deeper.
Yes. This club. Are we going tonight?
I'm going tonight. Are you coming tonight?
If you're going, dear, yes.
I'm going. But I have to talk to Steven first.
We should all go if Tabitha's going, right?
We're
I can't imagine anything worse.
well, that sells
going
it.
to a
We're
club.
definitely going. Maybe Reinhardt will stop taking himself so seriously and learn to enjoy himself.
One of us has to take things seriously.
I am taking this very seriously. You might not be able to see me, but I know you can hear me. I am worried. We didn't know about this place. That frightens me. Some facsimile of such a feeling, I suppose.
There's many things that you don't know about that if you did would probably frighten you as well.
Of course. Mumbo jumbo. This is real.
I know.
Will you be worried?
Always.
About what?
Well,
Cal never stops worrying.
welcome. But yes, it can't be a coincidence. Nothing ever is anymore. On a longer time scale, everything seems to matter. We know very little about them. There's no information online.
No. Which,
She-
that in itself is very unhelpful nowadays.
Exactly.
She has no of this social media stuff that's occasionally useful to find people.
It's my favorite invention of the mortals. It makes my job so easy.
It makes a lot of things very easy for us.
And she has no presence there at all.
I cannot find it.
I wonder about... She's not from here. She must have got into the country somehow.
Indeed. Is this the body that you guys found in the morgue?
Yeah.
No.
No.
This is the body that was found 2 streets away. The one that was
This
murdered
was-
and missing
This
the
was a
body
different
parts.
body.
It was the one that I was looking
Yeah, That
looking
Tabitha had
at.
the
Surveying,
vision
yeah.
and the person shoved them.
We have no
So that
idea
was the
who
one
these-
that was found 2 streets away that was missing the eye and the ear.
Tabby, you saw this woman in your vision, and it was daytime.
Kind of. I saw them and they were walking. It was daytime and there was children and then there was screaming and it was, you know.
It's
And then they
just-
got shoved out of it.
That is the more worrying part. Yeah.
That is very worrying. Because
very worrying.
that means that person has abilities of some kind. Probably one
Like-
of us.
Like yours.
If it weren't for that one detail, I'd say
Maybe.
I'd say maybe she was one of us, but if it literally weren't for that one detail of the daylight,
Yes.
and someone who's not saying that the mortals don't immigrate, of course they do, but no social media presence for a young woman in this day and age, it's very unlikely,
It's intentional.
and it's very deliberate if that's the case. Yes.
And at the very least, we should not tolerate another club on our patch. This place is important. It has potential.
Oh, it certainly is. It's like an all-you-can-eat buffet sometimes.
Yes, exactly.
But
I'm not saying our gimmick is wholly unique, but there
But it's
can't be
ours.
too much room at the feast.
Well, second club could be useful. It gives us more material to use.
It does,
What if we don't control it?
but it's yes.
Oh, of course we'll control it.
It's very exclusive by the sounds of it.
Yes, at the moment.
And we go.
We do go.
Doors open for us.
Did we find out whose turf this is on?
No, not yet.
Good.
We need to check the domain before we anger our fellow kindred.
Well, we only need to check if we're going to cause problems. If we simply go there to visit, there's no problem with that.
It's true.
I respectfully disagree. I would have much of a problem if vampires were operating near us.
If
There's
they
no
came
such
in
thing
to
as a
visit.
friendly visit. Have you ever been visited by a kindred friendly? If somebody came to my...
Once.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean-
I don't have the luxury. If somebody comes to my place, they're never leaving.
Yes, I know.
It's important.
I mean, I used to live in a place with lots of my kind. It's wonderful. And then, I had to leave.
So not so wonderful.
Oh, no, it's fine now. That's dead and buried, shall we say.
There's the word for it. Dead and buried. What an odd thing for one of us to say.
Well, she was when I left. Now, who knows? But anyway, enough of me reminiscing about the good old days.
Yes, your emotion is disturbing. We should focus on what we need to achieve. We should introduce ourselves if we're entering a coterie's domain.
We should.
Well, you should.
Best
say.
foot forward, yes.
What was the name of the person, my contact?
Oh, I was just going for you, so it was just Esme.
Okay. We could talk to Esme to see if she knows whose territory that is, and
Esme, is this your...
a friend, maybe. She's part of the, what's it called?
Camarilla.
Camarilla.
Oh, she is
Yes.
organized. Yes. Reach out to her, speak to her in words. Find out who works there, whose patch it is.
In words.
Please.
Okay.
No emojis, Tabitha.
Like, do I talk in other ways? Oh right, I can text.
I'd rather you didn't. And I was actually referring to, it doesn't matter. Just
She's
mundane
texting.
words.
Like, too late.
Hand wavy emoji.
Okay, so as this whole sort of like little bickering thing goes on between Tabitha and Cal, or more, Cal's going, "Don't stop what you're doing," and Tabitha's like, "Too late!"
It leaves a trail.
Thumbs up and wavies and just like, "Hi, bestie!" Like big hugs. So Stephen comes over. And he's like, "Lou, Tabitha."
Mhm.
Steve.
Right. So straight up, Tabby, everyone loved your set last night.
Right.
I had a few people that were actually worried that you might have died in the middle of it, but obviously that clearly didn't happen. And he's a bit like, I don't know why you're laughing so hard, but anyway. Yeah, so I don't know if you've heard, but there's rumours of another club on the other side of town. I am trying to find out what I can about it, but everyone's being very hush-hush, and I don't like it. Anyway, we need something to spruce things up again. So for your next set, if you could, I don't know, come up with something vampire-y, I don't know, turn into bats. I don't know how it works. You think of something. You're the theatrical one. That would be great.
Yeah.
Lou, looking fabulous as usual.
Thank you, darling.
Yeah, but could you? I don't know. Maybe look more. Just more. Yeah. Just do more, be more. He's a bit like, I don't know what I mean, but just I
That's
need
the
your
one
help
note I
to-
never thought I'd get. But you want more?
Yeah, we need. So there's loads of rumors about this place. Apparently, it is invite only, so you can only get in if you get an invitation. Nobody knows how they get an invitation. Just some people have them, and some people don't. But people are queuing up outside, and if they're queuing up outside, they are not queuing up in here, and they are not here, and they are not getting drunk and dancing, and I am not making money. So I need you to be more, just more pizzazz. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, just more.
Darling, I can do
Please.
more. I can always do more.
Excellent. And then it's like his phone starts ringing, and he's like, "Oh, damn it! We will talk more later. Remember, more pizzazz. Tabitha, don't die, but do something cool." And then he goes,
Vampire.
"Yeah, on it." And he like walks away with his phone. He's like, he starts like muttering, and he's like talking away to someone. As he walks away.
Pizzazz. How old is this guy?
I imagine he's like probably in like his 50s, probably like mid 50s. So he's had this club for a while, and it was fading. And then he sort of heard about Tabitha's music, and then kind of went, this might bring the young folk in. And then, I mean, bless him, he's trying it. He's embraced the concept, and it's doing really, really well. And now it's not doing so well because of something else. So yeah, he does the finger guns all the time.
I'm gonna like look at Steve and kind of wave at him. Wait until he notices me.
Okay, he's kind of like on the phone, so he's like, give me a minute. And he goes over and he's like, can I help you?
Yes, I would like a whiskey, please.
We're not open yet.
That seems to be your problem. Maybe that's why you're not making money.
We don't open for another hour. And then he just kind of like turns his back on you, goes back on his phone.
I'm gonna go steal Reinhardt a bottle of whiskey. Not like in some high faff. I just go take it, and I just put it in front of you.
No, he's not essential to this club, is he?
He owns
We
it, sweetie. He owns
let
it.
us not progress this path,
Can we
Reinhardt.
change that, maybe? He has a will, I
Oh.
assume.
That would just mean that we'd have to do more work.
You do work.
Cal? Yes, I do. I
Darling,
restore
this doesn't
documents for a
happen on
living.
its own.
I restore documents. But
Let
Cal
us not-
has a pet thing he can use. Can't they run it for us?
I have no interest in that. Let us not cut the head off of this place already. He obviously has some sort of use that we don't perceive. Lou and
Is it?
Tabitha would not
It's not-
abide him.
Giving me drinks.
It's
Whilst-
here.
Whilst
Relax,
our
my friend.
club is in competition with a new threat that we have no information about and no knowledge about, let's not have a change in ownership and management, okay?
Agreed.
Fine. I will let this slide for once.
Besides, didn't we decide you must put it to the vote if we're going to replace?
Someone
Awful.
significant.
I'm not going to replace just an accident.
No.
Accidents
Now-
happen. Workplace accidents are a common thing.
Yes,
He's
and
off
let's
limits.
avoid them for now.
Yes. We are not in a stable time, as Lou says. It would be a terrible time to lose Stephen, I suppose.
Take it out
All
on
of
somebody
this-
else.
Yeah, Tabitha, you've known Stephen the longest.
Yeah.
And you know that he is incredibly business savvy.
Yeah.
Like this place was literally a little hole in the wall when he found it, and he's built it up, and it's been a prominent club in the city for about 30 odd years. So it's been around for a while. Obviously, it's had a couple of facelifts, but the club remains the same.
Yeah.
And also you do know that he does not do any anything that could cause a workplace accident. He is basically papers and phone, and that is if everything is dealt with everyone else, but he knows exactly where every single euro goes.
Yeah.
For everything. So if anything went missing, like a bottle of whiskey, he would know about it.
Mm.
Paper cuts can be dangerous. Sometimes they just won't stop bleeding.
If he's gone, then we no longer have this place.
You don't have the votes anyway, Reinhardt. Let's move on.
Maybe another time. When we no longer need it.
Yes. They're useful. My favorite thing about them.
Should we go find Esme then?
Yes, I think so.
Mhm.
Should meet in person.
Yeah.
So what are you messaging Esme then?
I messaged Esme a waving hi emoji and a clock midnight. And a little bridge.
Spot on.
And at this
And a
she
thumbs
goes, she sends back an emoji of, because she's known you again for an incredibly long time, she
Yeah.
sends you back an emoji of the bridge and just puts like a compass and then a question mark. Because she's like, what bridge? This is the Hague. There are lots of bridges. Do you need to specify bridge?
I don't know. 3.
You can make one up. Sorry.
Number 3. A little cat picture.
Yeah.
I don't know
Like-
what that means.
See, to be fair, there is a bridge by a raven statue, so you could put
There we
bird.
go. I put a little bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go there. That seems.
So
too
then
much.
she sends back thumbs up emoji, and that's it. That's
Okay.
all you get from. So you probably have about an hour or so to get to the bridge. It's going to take you about, well, at Reinhardt's walking pace, it's probably going to take you almost an hour. But with everyone else, it's about half an hour, 45 minutes a push.
Okay. Cool.
So, as you guys leave the club, like say it's probably again about an hour until opening time.
Mhm.
All you hear is someone going, oh, there she is, Tabitha,
Surely.
and it's your little fangirl
All right.
from the night before. And she comes like running up to you, and she's just like, "Oh my god, okay, back. Are you doing a set tonight? Please tell me you're doing a set tonight, because they won't put a schedule on the website. It's just really annoying, and I feel like at least with like social media, you should be able to put a schedule up about who's doing what and when
There's
and
a
why."
lot of words happening there.
She's like, "Sorry."
Not tonight. Tomorrow.
Okay.
I feel like me as a player, I want to know what her name is, but I'm not sure Tabitha would ask.
Fair.
Like if it's offered to her, then she'll take it.
Cal wants to know. It's twice now I've seen this person. Like, who the hell is this?
If Cal mentions it, then Tabitha's just
He will when she's gone,
Yeah.
definitely.
But she's just kind of like, "Okay." And she's like, "Bye, Tabitha. I'll see you tomorrow." And then she like grabs her friend by the arm, and her friend's just like, gonna like go off, disappear.
bye.
Yeah, Cal will ask you,
It's
who
like-
is that and where does she live?
Oh, I don't know. She's a fan.
I hate it when you say that. We need to find out. Right,
Has she ever read a book in her life?
Her.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think it's normal for people to speak that fast. That was just a verbal onslaught.
It was a bit
Reinhardt, I get the
overwhelming.
feeling that anyone doing anything fast is a surprise to you.
No, not entirely. I just learned to enjoy things slowly. Usually, you go slower, you make less mistakes.
She's excited, darling.
Oh, how awful.
Well, you both have to realize that Tabitha and I have not chosen to live so reclusively as you have. And there are people out there who know who we are, but we don't know who they are.
That is a terrible idea.
As you
Nice.
say that, you just hear like see a little flash, and there's just like clicks phones, and folk are like, "Oh my god, did you get a photo of him?
What?
Holy crap!" Just hear this. Oh, and he's wearing that jacket again. Oh my god, I love that jacket. You just hear his like stage whispers as you walk past. There's just little clicks, flashes of light.
Yeah, Lewis seeing this kind of will like just look over and give a smile to the people.
And you just hear folk going, just weird little squeaky noises.
Well, I think we're the only sane ones, and that worries me.
He's gonna he rubs a bit of his face and it falls onto the floor and is like, yes, it's not a burden I enjoy. Then he looks at you like you know he does really. We should leave here. I don't know many things perhaps about your lifestyle, Lou, Tabitha, but I do know she is a liability. We need her name and her address by tomorrow night.
Find out her name.
And address.
You'll be able to find that out. He'll give you something to do.
I mean, I could
Plenty to
ask her
do.
address.
I'm not sure what kind of liability you think she is.
She'd probably give it to me.
She probably would.
Then get it. What are you talking about? Yes. Excellent.
Okay.
And Lou, you never know what kind of liability she is. That's why
She-
they're a liability.
She's a nobody, Cal. Just one of the many people that walk through our club who adore our wonderful Tabby and her amazing skill with music.
Nobodies are the scariest. There's lots of them.
Also, nobodies can be the most dangerous people.
They always are.
I
I
would start
mean-
walking.
Oh, I
We
imagine
start
this
moving.
whole conversation's
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah,
while
we're
you've
walking.
been
Yeah, we're walking. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
stand still and talk about this. I
And
wouldn't stand
probably
still
just,
anyway
like-
around here.
I'm probably just like pushing, making sure the whiskey's suitably secured in my bag that I've got with me, as well as like my notebook that I have, like journal thing.
Yeah, I'll probably trail a little bit behind us just to make sure nobody's following us, like on the other side of the street.
Oh, there's like people not following you, but people notice you. Like Lou kind of sticks out like sore thumb.
That's fine.
Um,
Yeah, I watch Lou. I watch the people watching Lou.
And I mean, even then, like Tabitha's getting a few looks because she's sort of semi-famous in this part of the city. You know, so
Yeah, high life. That's fine.
She's got her headphones on, just listening to music.
yeah. So as you make your way to the bridge, nothing really happens. You just get the usual fans, mainly of Lou, that kind of pop out of the woodwork, that just, you know, want to snap a photo. Some of them come running up, ask to get their photo taken with them. The type of fangirliness that Cal and Reinhardt have no time for. Very much the, oh my god, like, can I get a photo with you, please? Can I get your autograph? Oh my god, and they're like touching your chest. And all sorts.
Lou is
Just like,
yeah, just basking in it. Absolutely loving the attention.
so yeah, apart from that, nothing really of interest happens. And you arrive at the bridge with about 10 minutes to spare. You know that Esme is always bang on time.
Hmm.
Never ever late for anything ever. But does also not tolerate lateness. So if you know that if you were late even by a minute, she would be gone. So yeah,
We won't be late.
you've got about 10 minutes or so until she's due to arrive.
How do you know this person?
Well, she kind of helped me when I first showed up in the Hague.
Okay, so you trust her?
Yes. I've known her a long time.
That's good.
Yeah. don't have many friends. She's one of them.
What is she?
Do I know what she is?
It's never really come up.
No, I don't know.
She doesn't. She's one of those where she would move heaven and earth for someone that she cares about, but she never reveals anything about herself.
So it's like it never really came up.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you realise that actually the only thing you know about her is the fact that you know her name, you know that she is part of the Camarilla, and that she's older than you. That's about all that you
And
know.
she helped me, and she has helped me.
Okay.
Lou and Tabitha really are just walking liabilities.
Yeah.
It's fine. Me and Reinhardt have got you. We'll clean up. I mean, we almost made our own mess last time anyway. So
That's true.
we'll do our best to just keep it clean. Good. Then ask her who runs the area around Prey.
Mm-hmm.
If there are any kindred, we should at least appear respectful.
Yes.
And at this, you hear the clock strike midnight, and the moment it goes bong, you just hear, "Tabitha, darling,
Hi, Esme.
how are you?" And she comes over and she like gives you a hug, and then it's like, "Mwah, mwah." And she's like, "How are you? You look fabulous, darling. Loving the lipstick." And she like gives you a little, you know, that kind of like auntie way when she's like this corner of your mouth. And then she's like, "Still looking a little bit thin, my dear. Are you feeding enough?" And then she kind of looks at Lou and she's like, now Lou's never met her, but you've heard all about each other. So she's literally like, "Lou, darling, unmistakable, lovely to meet you, gorgeous." And then she's like, "I thought you would have been looking after my darling little Tabitha better."
Looking after her better, but she's having a wonderful time, darling.
"But she's so thin. Look at her. She's so pale."
Oh, sweetie, thin is in.
Ah. And at this, she's like, "Why? Why him?" And then it's like, "Anyway, darling, why have you messaged me? It's been a long time."
There's the I'm working at the Thirst. There's that other club, Prey.
Yes.
We were wondering who's if that's kindred and whose territory is around Prey.
Yes. Prey is a rather tricky subject at the moment. And she's like, "Tabitha, dear." And what she does, she kind of like wraps her arm around yours and sort of pulls you away from everybody. And like the moment anyone moves, she death glares. And I mean, it's one of those where you know that she is stronger than you, she is older than you, she could probably kill any of you if you tried anything. That's the type of death glare she gives you. So she like pulls Tabitha away so you can't hear the conversation. And she's literally like, "Tabitha, dear, why are you so interested in this club?"
It's very mysterious. There's no information about it anywhere.
Yes.
And we didn't want to, step on any toes if we were to go visit.
Do you trust these people that you're with?
Yes.
Do you trust them with your undeath, I suppose we should call it? Your permanent death, my dear.
As much as I would trust anybody.
That doesn't really fill me with confidence, my dear.
I trust them.
Okay, well, this has to remain between us, and I suppose you're a little band of boys. We don't actually know anything about Prey. It came up out of the blue about 2 months ago. Anybody that we've sent to investigate has either found nothing or not come back at all. It's not in anybody's territory. It's in the tiniest little gap between two territories. And we don't know how it got there. That building should not be on the map. So we don't know what's going on. I would advise you to stay far, far away from that club.
Right.
Because if you get into trouble, I cannot guarantee that you will ever come out again.
Right. Okay. So nobody knows anything about it.
No.
Whose territories are near it?
No one consequential.
Side note, have you heard of any of these? There's these murders that are happening as well.
Yes. I would also advise you to stay well away from those.
Why?
Because even we can't figure out how they died.
Okay.
It's as if they just stopped existing.
Right. So what you're saying is that we should just ignore all of it
Yes.
and go on with whatever it is that we're doing in our daily or our nightly life.
Exactly. I mean, Lou said that you were having fun, so
Yeah.
just go back to having fun.
Sure.
You can see she's got like a really, really, like, you can tell that although she's being like fairly, she's genuinely terrified.
Yeah.
Like, they cannot figure out what the hell is going on.
Okay.
So yes, I would stay away from all of that. Also, no, try not to do visions, my dear. We've had horrible things. She's never seen you do a vision, but she can tell when you've gone into one accidentally because she's seen the glazed kind of look on your face.
Yeah.
Like, she's been around for a long time and she's met a few vampires that can do it. So she's like, try not to do. We've had some not very good results when people have had visions recently. I would avoid magic as well, if any of your boys know any. Yep, just stick to the basics of being a vampire. Have fun, go wild, kill people, but carefully. She's a bit like, yeah, and you just hear this like little beep from her pocket, and she's like, I have to go. It was lovely seeing you again.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a downer, but just take care of yourself. Keep your nose out of everything, please. And I will see you later. And she's like, bye. And just literally puts Cal to shame with how fast she disappears.
Respect.
Tabitha starts to walk back. She's like, well, that was bullshit.
What did you learn?
Nothing. Apparently.
She's in on it.
Apparently they don't know anything. The building appeared out of nowhere. It's not in any territory. Anyone that they've sent to go investigate there has either not come back or found nothing. And she also said don't do any magic or visions because it's bad things has happened from that.
That is true, to be fair. But the rest is bullshit, I agree.
So good news is it's not anyone's territory.
That's good.
Perfect.
I don't like that woman. Tabby, you don't feel hungry, do you? I don't. I take
No.
good care of you.
I'm fine.
Okay. But she's
Yeah, she
saying
looked.
she's
Huh?
saying not to go snooping around or looking into this.
No, she says just ignore everything and go back to our normal stuff as normal as it is.
I mean, there's nothing she could have said more that would have convinced me more that I really want to look more into this.
Yeah.
I can't go back to doing normal stuff. My normal
Oh.
stuff is magic. So this will simply not stand. We must go and fix this. I have so many experiments to do.
Like the storyteller knew what she was talking about.
Well,
Well, shall we go and do, I believe, what is colloquially known as a session?
This is fun. It's one of the very rare times where all four of us are in agreement on something.
Hmm. Yes. I'm not sure about fun.
One day we'll teach you how to have fun, Reinhardt.
I am more than capable of having fun.
I'm sure.
What do
Just
you
my
do for fun?
Experiment people's blood.
Mm-hmm.
Find new ways to do magic. Collect blood. Occasionally restore paintings. That's quite good fun.
Restore paintings.
Yeah, restore paintings. That's restore paintings and books.
All right.
So it's just the look on both of your faces was like, right, okay.
Okay.
I don't know where to go with that.
I want to occasionally hunt down magical relics and rumors of, but I haven't done that for a long time. A long, long time.
Cool. 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 Cool.
It was easier when there was war.
Okay, so I assume you're all in
Easy for some.
agreement and you're heading to the club.
Yeah, we're going towards prey.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So again, it's probably going to take you about half an hour to get to Prey.
Mm-hmm. On
Um,
the way,
yep.
Tabitha's just keeping an eye out for like windows shop windows that have like mannequins in them.
I mean, there's loads
Sure.
of them dotted
Yeah.
about.
So she's just keeping an eye, remembering where certain ones are, ones that are open, ones that aren't, to come back to after they're done at the club.
Okay. There's not many open, considering it's coming up to 1 o'clock in the morning. But there are one or two that, again, deal with slightly more unusual things. So there's like weirdly bookshop that's open. There's like a weird little. It almost looks like a touristy shop, but you can sense it's not just a touristy shop. And obviously little other bars, cafes, that sort of thing, restaurants. So, yeah, you're all heading to Prey.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so as you get closer to the club, you can feel almost like a pulsing. It kind of, you can feel it through your feet, like through the pavement. Not entirely sure yet if it's music or if it's something else, but you can definitely feel it, all of you. So again, you sort of, it's almost like something's sort of leading you somewhere. As you get closer, you can hear people talking. There's like you can hear so many people. And then you round a corner and there's just people in front of you in a queue that basically goes like up and round the corner. And you can hear conversations going on, obviously, from groups of people in front of you. Do you stop at the end of the queue, or are you going to keep walking?
Keep walking. I
Keep
mean,
walking around to more
don't
than
understand.
just to get a look, if anything.
Yeah. Can I sense unseen just to get an idea if there's anything around that doesn't want to be seen? Is that a Cal?
I mean, you know, Cal never wants to be seen.
No.
Let's see. Let's see. I am just sense the unseen. Here we go. Okay, so let me just double check whether this would be more of what's a resolve. Okay, and this one it's definitely going to be resolve.
Okay.
So you're rolling resolve and your auspex.
Okay.
So just tell me how many successes you get.
And successes.
It's a 6+.
Woo!
If you get a 10, it's a crit.
All right. No, I got 2.
If you get a 1, it's a
successes.
fail.
I got
2 successes.
I got 2 successes, 1 fail.
Okay, not a crit fail, just a normal fail.
I got a 1. Is that
Oh,
a
crit fail.
fail?
That's fine. Okay, so basically you can sense that almost something's trying to hide.
Yeah.
You can't tell exactly what it is. It's almost like someone's put like a it's almost, it's not really like a fog, but it's almost like someone's put like a kind of piece of glass over you, or like around something, but you can't see where the glass kind of ends. It's almost like you can feel it.
Tabitha puts her arms up and just starts like,
yeah, but it's like it sort of starts almost like behind you, and then it kind of like cuts through people and around, so obviously no one else can see what you can see. They can't feel it either.
yeah.
But there's something, and it's almost like you can't make out the shape, so it's almost like it's kind of like shadows, and then you touch something, but it's like something has changed the outline of what this thing is supposed to look like.
Building, you mean?
No idea. You have no clue.
This is a thing, but it's not right.
Yeah. So you don't know how tall it is. You don't know how long it is. All you know is that there's something that's there that is trying to hide. And that's about all you can get from it.
Tabitha's just like, come out wherever you are. She's just like feeling around, trying to sense.
And weirdly at this, nobody even blinks. Like nobody notices that this might be considered strange behavior.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can, again, it's like, it's almost like now something has noticed you and it's intentionally messing with you because the lines start to move.
I don't like
Tabitha,
this. I don't
can you
like
see
this.
something?
Yes, and it's moving and I don't like it. It's like it knows I'm here and it's not okay and I don't like it. I don't like this at all.
No, me neither. That sounds bad. Where is it?
Vague gestures.
Big gesture.
It's big. I can't see it clearly. It keeps moving and it's very disorienting. I don't like it.
Reinhardt, are there magics that can obfuscate on a large scale?
Oh, yes, if someone's powerful enough, easily. But then I don't know, there would be no human that I know of recent times who'd be strong enough to do it. The last of the real magic use of humans, as far as I knew, fell a long time ago. But then that would be, them hiding things from us would be the least of our worries.
Well, then let's hope it's not that.
Would be.
Are you still walking forward at this point? Or has Tabitha kind of froze and got the
Tabitha
grip to a halt?
has stopped. I don't know what.
Lou, can we pull her away? Is it safe to do so?
I imagine it is. Is it safe to move
Yeah.
Tabitha while she's in trance?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lou will just kind of nod at Cal and put an arm around Tabitha and kind of just walk forward with her
But you notice, Tabitha, as Lou is moving you, that it's almost like the wall's moving, so it's not touching you. So it's like purposefully messing with you. So it's getting like so close you can almost feel it. But then it's like, if it gets too close, it's like scurrying out even further away. So you feel like whatever this is starting to toy with you.
They know.
And
They know I'm here. They know.
As this is happening, someone turns to look straight at Cal and goes, "Oh my god, dude, cool mask!" and like goes to touch your face.
I'll just start walking off. Oh, no. Put my head down, pull up a hood.
And they're all like, "Oh my god, did you see that guy's mask? Like, that was so cool. How long must that taken to make?" And like folk are like talking about it, and then all of a sudden you hear people going, "Oh, is that Lou? Like, oh my god, I didn't expect to see him here. This is totally like not his scene. This is like so dark." And he's like, "Oh my god, he's so
I'm
gorgeous."
gonna text you, Lou. It just says GTFO.
Lou will, Lou will be kind of like doing his usual bit of appeasing to the crowd, but is not feeling super cool about it in this moment. He gets the text, and he just texts back, "Yeah," and just looks good. This place is really strange.
So while all of this is happening, Reinhardt, imagine you're sort of slightly standing away from the group, and you can hear people going, "Oh my god, I wonder if anyone's actually going to get an invite tonight." And then you can hear folk going, "Oh my god, yeah, because one of my friends, their friend got in, and literally like the bouncer came right up to her, like knew her name, and like pulled her out of the line, and then invited her in." Apparently it was amazing, but it was really scary at the same time. She said it was a bit like being on a roller coaster, and I'm not entirely sure what that means. Well, obviously I know what it means because I've been on a roller coaster, but you know, like, yeah. And then like the conversation sort of starts to fade as people sort of mingle about and move.
I'm probably getting a bit fed up of everything, so I'm just gonna keep walking forward and see if I can see a bouncer type.
Okay, so you're going forward by yourself.
They seem to be busy with Tabitha. I'll just have a wander forward and see if anything exciting happens. Because it's
Okay.
kind of annoying me that this is another plan which hasn't gone successful.
So as you get up to the bend round the corner, you see Tabitha, Lou, and Cal at the end of the street.
Just gonna wave at them. What's going on? Are we giving up on another attempt?
I'm gonna beckon you closer.
So what's happened is you've gone up and around the corner and appeared almost back where you started.
I'm gonna turn around and walk the other way.
And again, straight back.
Okay.
What is this?
I'm gonna just walk to a random person in the crowd,
Okay.
tap them on the shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to use compel
Okay.
to ask them to leave the. Can they just go and walk around the corner for me? I forgot something.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. I mean, they don't really need a huge amount of persuasion, really. Because, you know, they're already kind of in the mood they're still waiting for someone.
Mm.
So this person's like, yeah, sure, and literally goes up and round the corner. Just keeps walking. You don't see them, they've just gone round the corner.
They don't do what I was doing.
Nope.
I'm gonna ask Cal if he can just do what they did.
No, we'll try. Yeah, I'll try to walk.
You can manage walking. I believe in you.
Yes.
But
Okay.
I've got an idea.
Okay, so are you just literally walking up and round like you're following the crowd? Or the queue, I should say, of people.
What did you want me to walk away from the crowd?
Just do what the human,
Yeah.
just do what they did and see if you end up here.
I will do that then. I'll follow the human.
Okay, are you
Walk
just walking normally, yeah?
Yeah, yeah. Like hood up, bit slouched, but yeah, nothing special.
Okay. As you go round the corner, you flip back and you see Lou, Tabitha, and Reinhardt.
We're trapped. I don't like being trapped.
No, we're not trapped. We're
Well, how would you define
encouraged
it?
not to go forward. There's a
That
difference.
is... No, there is not. I cannot leave.
You can leave.
Can I?
I'm
Yeah.
sure we'll be able to leave. We just can't go forward. We're not encouraged to go forward. And I think
I
it's
like that
only
even less.
us who are not encouraged to go forward. Oh, I hope I wouldn't have to do this.
Well, as you are having this sort of conversation, you see someone appear at the edge of the corner and they shout out a name. And this guy starts screaming, all his mates are cheering. And then he gets pulled out the line and disappears around the corner.
There are buildings around the club, like other like rooftops, essentially.
Kind of. It's almost like this is. Well, again, you're kind of in a sort of not quite an industrial area, but it's a quieter part of the city.
Yeah.
Obviously you can't see the actual club, but the queue that you're in has got obviously like a mixture of, flats and businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go up if you want.
Reinhardt, what do you suspect?
I need some time to work it out. My initial thoughts are our type is not allowed in without specific permission, but it looks like humans can just walk up.
It's a ward. Okay.
That is.
But I will need a few minutes, about a little bit on my own to try and just confirm that, potentially.
So we can't see the entrance to the club.
Nope.
So, I remember you sending that list through earlier. Because obviously, vampires in this world don't work the same way as they do in most fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming, based on the way that Cal's abilities work, that the whole having to be invited into a place is crap for us. Like, you don't have to be invited in.
No. But in this case, it seems like whoever it is saying it's invitation only.
Yeah.
You're only speculating that it's just mortals that are allowed in.
It's like it's like that thing in those stories.
Perhaps.
I don't think all mortals can just go in, but they have some kind of forbiddance set up. prevents just anything. That is interesting.
I've not met a door that I cannot unlock yet. If Reinhardt can find the page he needs or whatever it is, his methods work, and he can find out if it is a ward. If not, Lou, surely you can get us invited.
I can try, darling. But, it's unsettling. I'm not gonna lie.
Agreed.
And
Yes.
I wonder if this forbiddance, this thing that is keeping us from going around that corner, from progressing even more, I wonder if that would apply to a back door.
Yes. We should find out.
Or a sewer.
We haven't
Always with the
got-
sewers. Yes. Or a sewer, if we must.
Oh, let's hope it doesn't come to that, but
Yes,
Could
you
find
might
you some
ruin your
waiters.
coat.
yes, don't particularly want my good clothing ruined by sewage.
I will look if there is a way to the great network below.
You have a
And
look
yeah,
for
I'll-
that, sweet. And, yes, you have a look for that, my sweet, and I will see if there is something I can do to try and get us an invite, but I may be very limited if I can't approach.
Indeed. But I'm
Yes,
sure
yes.
I'll be back here some way or another.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, so what are you guys doing right now?
Looking for a sewer or back door.
Okay, is it you that's looking for that? Well,
Yeah, that's the job Lou is divvied up to me, and I would, yeah, I'm a
Excellent.
burglar by trade.
a burglar by trade. Excellent. Okay, I will need you to roll for me to see how successful you are. I'll get my thing.
Okay.
Oh, bloody dog chewing a bone. I don't know if you can hear that. If you can, I apologise.
Mhm.
Just a weird little back here. Okay, so let's see. It's probably going to be investigation. Let's see. Probably larceny.
Yes.
I feel like is a good mix.
Good at that. Okay. I've got 2 10s and 2 normal successes and 1 1.
Okay.
So 4
That's fine.
successes, 2 crits, and 1 fail. Crit.
Tens counts 2 successes each, don't they?
Yeah,
Oh, do they? Okay, yeah. So
So, that's fine.
Successes.
So you wandered about for a bit. Obviously, you go the opposite way that everyone else has gone.
Yeah.
You look around, you see a couple of kind of sewer systems and like grates and things, but they're a bit too out in the open, a bit too obvious. You kind of go around a corner and notice almost like it's sort of a little entranceway into what looks like a courtyard, and then there's like a couple of flat entrances in there, and you see one right in the back corner. There's like trees and some bushes overgrown. You've been hunting for a while, and you managed to find this one that would be easily hidden And your knowledge of the sewers, you know that at least one entrance down there would get you close enough to the club, hopefully, to be able to do what you need to do.
I'll go back and tell Lou. I, of course, have found the entrance. Or an entrance.
Oh, wonderful.
May have to get dirty. I apologize. I know it pains.
I must really like you people.
Where is Tabitha? Look around.
Here.
Do you wish to also see through the sewers with us? It is a doorway.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so you all going into the sewers.
Guess so.
Yeah, I'll ask Reinhardt, like, I know this is probably not the first time we've done this, but sometimes the network, it has survived for hundreds of years for a reason. Thousands. It could be a way.
Not the first time I've done this with you either, but I was in a much worse shape back then.
Yes. Follow me, and I'll take them to where I found what I presume to be an entrance, India.
Yep. So you managed to open up the wishes. It doesn't seem very well looked after, but it's literally just a grate. There's nothing special to open in it. So I'm assuming that Cal's taking the lead on this one.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, definitely.
A bit of his ears falling off, he'll put it in his pocket and then be like, follow me.
Okay. So can you do me another investigation and a stealth roll, please?
Yeah, okay.
Because I imagine you want to keep this as hush-hush as possible.
Yes,
And if
please.
everyone else could do a stealth, just a straight stealth.
Just stealth. Or...
Just stealth, yeah. Just want to see how sneaky you are potentially being.
I got critical success.
Yay.
I did not.
It's not like...
Did you get a critical fail?
No, I did not. I got one success.
Okay, that's fine.
I've got six successes, 1, and a 10. If that matters.
What do we?
Okay.
Are we adding it? Because I just did survival just straight, or do you add anything else to that? Like.
It's just what you have in it. So if you've only got one dot, you just roll one dice.
Okay.
I got
Matt.
I got a critical fail.
Of course, that actually makes sense. So it's fine. I imagine you get down there, and it's not that the dark bothers you.
It's not the dark; it's the smell.
Yeah, I was gonna say it smells horrible. There is obviously probably ankle deep, just muck and all the disgusting things that live in the sewer.
Oh, I hate this so much.
So everyone else is being vaguely sneaky, and then Luke's just like, "This is gross. I may throw up. Gonna ruin my shoes."
Gonna hang out at the back until everybody else is gone.
Okay.
Then before I drop in, I'm gonna take out my phone and send a message to someone, which is magic. Possibly bars entry to kindred ? Affects whole building, and I would send that to you know who.
Okay.
And
That's
then just launch myself. Well, not launch myself, but just drop into the
Yeah.
Probably try and pull if it's got a grate, try and pull that back over us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's in a fairly inconspicuous part anyway.
Yeah,
You
but-
could tell that it's not been disturbed for a long time.
Yeah, I'll try and seal it off anyway, just because you get a drunk person wandering along, they just vanish, and
Well, I would hope not managing to get to exactly where you are. But yeah, that's fine if you.
No, it's
wanna
more they
go
might
straight over.
vanish, and then people come along and go, "That's open. That's not usually open." So
It's good Nos manners as well. You don't leave a sewer door open.
That's true. Okay, so you send off the text message, and then the moment you land, all you can hear is Lou bitching about the smell and the state of the place and the fact that it's disgusting, and he's going to have to burn all of his clothes and have the longest, hottest shower of his life because this is disgusting. And you make your way towards where you imagine it should link up to a sewer system under the club. As you get closer, you realize that the only thing that you can hear is your own footsteps and Lou having a bitch.
Oh, hate
I
this
imagine
so
it's very
much.
subtle. It's very much a bitching under his breath, but with no other sound down there. It echoes.
When we find the owners of this club, I'm going to fucking decapitate them. And why are we doing this?
I was just gonna like do a low hiss, like.
you can kill club owners, but no. Oh my
Oh,
God, I just want to hurt them badly.
They're not our club owners, and we are in a sewer because of these people.
I'm gonna put my hand over his mouth, just like open my eyes really close to yours, and be like, "Shush, listen."
Yeah, you don't hear a thing. Now, usually, Cal, you know from experience that sewers echo, so
Yeah.
you can usually hear stuff from, a fair distance away, depending on the size of the tunnel, this obviously how loud the noise is. But there's nothing, absolutely nothing.
Spend a lot of my life trying to be quiet. This is quiet. And I'm gonna look up. Is it above us, the sewer entrance?
Yeah,
I see anything?
not at the moment. You can't see anything, but you can starting to feel the same almost pulsing under your feet that you did when you were on the street. But now it almost feels like it's around you as well. Like it's your feet, it's the walls, it's the ceiling. You can feel it everywhere.
Does anybody else feel that pulsing sensation? It's like a heart. Is it like a heartbeat?
Almost. It's a very strange rhythm. So it's not like a regular heartbeat.
Yeah.
It's almost like it is in sort of almost like a kind of regular pattern, but you can't quite figure out what's coming next, although you feel like you should. So it's kind of like a beat to a
You start
song.
like
but you
dancing
just
to it a little bit.
yeah, but it's one of those where as you think you're getting the hang of it, it changes. But it feels like it's meant to change. You just didn't weren't aware of when it was going to happen. But all of you can feel it.
Oh, no.
If I was a superstitious person, I'd say that this feels like the beating of the heart of some long sleeping leviathan waiting for its moment to raise up. It's lucky I'm not superstitious, really.
Very
Not being in
fortunate.
a sewer without having to fight a sewer monster.
Could be worse. It's the rats that'll get you.
Yes.
Blame
If
the
we could-
rats.
Also,
If we could still
Cal,
get diseases.
your melty hand felt super weird against my face just now.
He like looks, and all his skin's fallen off. Like, apologies, I forget.
You should just get some gloves. That way when it falls off, it stays in the glove.
No,
I see.
I like being able to feel things.
So there's an exit.
Yeah, you can see what looks to be sort of a small shaft of light coming further down, and you can hear kind of voices above you. They're very faint, but you can hear them.
I'd like to go listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just tiptoe over.
Okay.
Yes.
You can't hear anything specific. It's like a proper jumble, like you've been plunked literally in the middle of a crowd. You can pick out odd words like, you know, getting bored, it's cold, you know, you hear people mentioning an invite. Occasionally you hear sort of odd cheers.
So this is the outside. It's not inside.
No.
Goodness
But
me.
there's this, it's not the end of the tunnel. Like, it's
Right.
just, that's the shaft of light.
But we're getting closer, at least presumably.
I wonder if we'll end up back at the start.
Okay, so
Okay.
you're going to keep going?
Oh, if
Before we do that, I'm going
gonna
to
be so
scrape the
pissed.
wall a little bit.
Mark a X or
Yeah.
something on it.
I want to know. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. So you go a little bit further on. The voices and the noises get further and further away. It's gotten really, really dark now. To the point where you can actually almost not see anything. It's that dark. The only thing that you can again hear are your own splashes of going through the disgusting whatever it is that you're walking in. And all of a sudden you come to a stop. There's something in front of you. You can't fully make it out, but there's definitely something barring your way.
I have a lighter.
Okay. So as you flick on your lighter, you see what looks to be almost like a weird sort of hatch. So it almost looks like it should belong somewhere like on a ship or something like that. It's literally just a big round hatch. And it looks very, very old and very, very rusted.
Up is good, right?
Door is a door. Together, let us see if it will give. I'll put
Okay.
like a filthy hand on it. He'll at first see if he can do it on his own, and then look at everybody else.
Okay. The moment you touch it, you get what feels a bit like an electric shock. And the moment you turn to look at everyone else, it's almost like something shoves you.
I fall
So
back.
you kind of go full force in the back, and you go stumbling forward.
Okay, I'm gonna immediately bare my fangs in a hiss.
There's nothing there.
I'm gonna crouch down, get really low in the water, and feel around if there's anything in the sludge.
Nope, absolutely nothing. I mean, apart from like maybe your odd bits of skin that's fallen off
That's
yourself.
fine. That belongs to the seers now. Is everybody still around me?
Yep, everyone's still there. So everyone heard the shock
Yeah.
as it zapped you, but nobody saw you getting shoved.
Somebody's here and they just touched me. Rubbed his shoulder.
Look. What's that? Aspects. Since someone
Okay.
shoved him that is invisible, I want to see if I can see them.
Okay, if you want to roll for it then.
Okay. 5 dice, that was-
So you literally just looking for something that may or may not be there.
Yeah, that's 4 successes.
Ooh.
666, baby.
Ah, sick.
The ultimate
Okay.
success.
So as you are looking around, you can't see anything in particular. But what you do see is that strange fog
Yeah.
that you saw earlier. is all the way around the door. It looks like the door's almost made of it.
Yeah, somebody definitely doesn't want us going through there. It's there. The thing.
And as you're watching it, it looks like something flashes across it. You can't make out whether it was a person or a face or an animal or whatever. It's just something flicks across. Almost looks like something was like thrown or flicks across the screen.
I think somebody's definitely have set up a barrier to keep anybody out from there. Is there a way to break through a ward of this kind? She's like talking and starting to walk towards it a little bit.
Tabby, please be careful.
Okay,
I'm not sure if she heard you.
Yeah, as Tabby gets closer to it, it's almost like this thing. It looks almost like a sort of snake of shadows, sort of appears, and starts to sort of circle, and it's getting faster and faster the closer you get.
She'll stop and just kind of watch it.
And it's still just spinning at the same speed.
She'll just stand there and watching it. Does anybody else? Can anyone else see it?
Does anyone else have Auspex? I don't think so.
I don't have any points in it. No.
Nope.
That's what I
Something
thought.
means I can take
Well, I
it,
trust
but-
Tabitha. It's literally the only reason Cal thinks she's a good person.
No,
You
we
see
can't-
something, right? I felt something.
Yes. It's kind of beautiful.
Yeah, it almost looks like an oil spill. You know that way where it's kind of like dark, but it's got that
Yeah.
weird sort of like muted colors. It kind of looks a bit like that. But you can see there is some sort of shape in it. You just, again, at the moment, it looks kind of snake-like.
Yeah. It's kind of like a snake. I think there's something there. I don't think it
Oh.
wants us to be there.
I'm gonna have a look around in the sewer for a rat.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. There's nothing. It's almost like this whole, it's almost like an actual like tube tunnel. There have been no turn-offs at all the whole time you've been walking.
And there's no rats in the sewer.
There's absolutely nothing. You cannot hear or see, or you can't even smell anything apart from the ick.
Okay, there goes that idea.
I'm gonna walk parallel to the wall and door to see if the spinning thing moves with me.
It doesn't, but the moment you get a little bit closer, it spins slightly faster. So it's not like it's tracking you, it's tracking how close you are to it.
Oh, okay. As I step away, does it slow down?
Yeah.
How Tabitha's explained this, do I have any idea what it might be?
From what it sounds almost like a kind of warding spell. You've never heard one exactly like this, but you do know that different kindreds can put slight different spins on them, and it almost looks like this one might have been done by someone much more powerful than you have ever met in your undead life.
No. So I know it's somebody who's got the ability to make these wards, which means they have access to the same sort of stuff that I do, but they're better at it than me. At this point, they're more powerful.
From what you can tell, it's not exactly just a warding spell. There's something else in it, which you don't know yet. You don't even know if you've got access. You've never... The way that she's describing it, like the kind of barrier type thing is almost like a kind of warding spell. It's something that you've heard before. You've done maybe weaker ones kind of in your time. But there's this one's stronger, far more powerful, and there's something else in it that you don't know what it is. You've never even heard anything like it before.
Yeah, so breaching the ward in theory can be done. The other thing is the problem. Whatever this other thing is inside the ward is the big issue, really.
And even then, wards are incredibly tricky.
Yeah.
Because even though technically you might get through, you might not get out unscathed or even undead.
This
Okay.
place just keeps getting worse and worse.
Yes, I would strongly suggest we leave here.
I'm definitely all
Yes.
for that.
I think we should go back up to the street and tell all the people that are on the street about something big happening at the Thirst tomorrow night to draw them all over there, which might piss off the person that owns this club because then all of their people are going to come to us. And then maybe we could send a letter or something and we can meet up with whoever owns this place.
To try.
Trying to
Nothing like pissing someone off to meet them.
I feel like lots of you have had meetings like that in the past.
it's a specialty.
Mhm.
But I agree. I fully agree. I think that's a really good idea, Tabby. But if this person or these people are as powerful as Reinhold is suggesting, we best be very careful.
Sorry, there's no if to it. They are. It is a simple fact.
Yes, no, I wasn't doubting you, darling. I was just making very... We just need to be careful.
Oh yeah.
Esme seems scared.
Esme seems scared, and I'm fairly shaken, and nothing's really happened to me.
I'm just annoyed.
You're always annoyed.
Yes. But more annoyed now.
I imagine we start to move back
Also-
away.
Cal, that
Okay.
person up on the street, did you let them see you?
He looks at you like incredulously. What do you think?
I think there's two answers to that question, and one is much more comforting to me than the other. But
And it's not that one.
Tell it like it is.
so, not only has this person or these people made themselves an impenetrable fortress that shouldn't even be here, but they've created some kind of bubble
Yes.
where your powers just didn't work.
I feel personally violated, both by that and this door remaining locked. And if you can hear me, we will get in.
As you say that, you can it almost feels like this pulsing starts laughing at you.
We will get in.
Let's
The
get out
walls
of
just
this.
laugh.
I think maybe the toilets were used.
In which case, let's definitely get out of here.
They probably have cheap booze.
I need to get home and burn my clothes.
No, don't throw them away. I can keep them. I'll use them. I'll have to go shopping.
You look very fancy.
Yeah, yeah. Luke kind
Not
of
the
looks at
same.
you and just goes, you're more than welcome to them, Cal. I just didn't think they would be very much your style.
I don't really care. Clothes are clothes. Whatever allows me to pass around among the living. He's going to take out his phone and take a picture of this door and put it back.
Okay.
Reinhard, this is your top priority.
Yes, I can contact some people. Somebody must be aware of someone this powerful. If not, that's an even bigger concern, and one which may draw in more people.
Okay, so you're heading out of the sewers now, going back the way you came.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, as you pass under the, obviously the shaft of light with the looks like clouds, it sounds now like it's very, very far away. Like either people have given up or more people have been invited in. But it's sounding very far away. So as you climb back out of the grate and out of the sewers, Reinhardt, you get a message that says, it just says, understood, report as necessary.
Yep.
And yeah, are you guys heading back?
Lou will kind of stop and see, the crowd is starting to disperse, yeah?
Yeah, it looks like some people have just kind of given up. And the crowd, like, you can't see the queue anymore. From where, obviously, because it's died down, but you can hear sort of groups of people leaving. Like some folk are like, oh, hopefully I get picked next time. Like my friend, it took them like a week of coming every night before they got chosen and invited in, and then other folk it was like one night. You just never tell, and it's just really annoying. I really want to get in. And there's folk just usual complaining.
Lou will, being out of the sewer and feeling a bit more comfortable, if not still fairly funky, will step forward and address the crowd.
Okay.
Just go, everyone, I know there's a lot of disappointment of those of us who can't get into this this strange club, but do not fret. We have a very special event going on over at Thirst tomorrow evening, and I'll be very excited to see all of you there.
And you can hear some people, obviously some people recognize you. Some people recognize Tabitha. Others recognize the name of the club. And other people are just like, you know, I've been here for like so long and nothing's ever happened. And folk are like, yeah, what the hell? So you can see people's interests are kind of starting to peak. I imagine, Lou, that you're almost in charge of the social media side of the club, because Stephen's not interested in Tabitha's just emojis and nobody can understand what the hell she's saying. Imagine she does a lot of communicating on social media and gifts as well. But ones that still don't make a lot of sense if you're not in Tabitha's brain. So yeah, obviously a lot of folk have the kind of thirst. So you can hear people kind of going on to the website and just being like, and obviously like Facebook, Instagram, all that sort of thing. They're like, there's nothing on there that says that something's happening tomorrow night.
Oh my dears, it's a very special event. We haven't advertised it all that much because, well, we want it to be a surprise.
And you can see some folk going, okay. And obviously folk are like messaging the friends and everything like that. You can hear folk going, Kill, it might be fun to go somewhere else. I haven't been to Thirst in ages, you know. And just the general chit chat, people do start to kind of disperse, but you hear people on the phone to each other and things about going, oh, how do you fancy going to Thirst tomorrow? Apparently they're doing something really special. Yeah, and as people sort of filter away.
Yeah. And then Lou kind of turn back to the group and go, hopefully that gets someone's attention. Guess I've got to spend the rest of the evening planning a surprise.
Yeah.
Yes.
By this point, it's about 3 o'clock in the morning. You'll probably be in the sewers for a lot longer than you thought.
I feel sick to my stomach. Which is a very bad thing. So, yeah, let's,
Larceny.
I need to go
Um,
somewhere where I can freshen up before I throw up something that will look very unpleasant to those around us who are not of our kind.
Yes, I understand. Oh, I'm gonna look at my phone. What time is it?
It's probably about coming up maybe 3:15 in the morning. So bearing in mind you got to this club at maybe about 1:45. It does not feel like it's been that long.
time thing.
As you are doing whatever you're doing, you, Tabitha, you get a message on your phone from Esme that says, "I told you not to go." And that's all it says.
I send back a shrugging emoji.
It doesn't connect.
It doesn't connect.
Doesn't connect.
Oh, weird.
It's not even like you've been blocked. It's just there's like no signal to that number.
It's weird.
And
Okay.
then, Cal, you get a message from an unknown number.
Yeah, how they get this number?
Yeah, telling you back off before you get hurt.
They have my number.
The number you're
I'll just
currently
show them the
using.
text. Yeah, so I only activated it today. You're the only one I gave it to.
I only gave it to these two.
Yes. Us. I hate being watched.
How far are we from our house?
I imagine after the crowd dispersed, you were obviously walking back, so you're maybe about 10 minutes away.
Okay.
I will text Steve. And just say, if anyone calls in asking, we're doing a special event tomorrow. It's a surprise, no details. Should draw a crowd.
Okay, so Stephen texts you back. Excellent. If you need anything, let me know. Try not to spend too much money.
It just takes me, it just goes, don't worry, darling. I always make things work as cheaply as possible.
And he's like, I know. And that's
I'm breaking my phone into bits and throwing it in the river, by the way. It's gone.
I think we act under the assumption that we are being watched.
Yes, nobody can go home.
What?
We cannot lead them back to our domains. I don't even let you come to know where I live. There's no way I'm sharing that with some sort of purveyor who's watching us.
That's where I'm supposed to be safe. That's where I'm safe, is at home, and home
Not
is
right
where-
now.
But where?
We all stay together somewhere in the club,
Okay,
the basement.
okay.
Well,
Okay.
Reinhardt, I know it is not ideal, but If you lead them back, then you cannot protect one another. You're strongest together. That's why we are together.
I imagine, are we in like kind of a residential or still the city-ish part?
No, you're getting
Essentially,
into more the kind of outskirts to get to where the club is.
if there's like a potted plant of some kind, like flowers or something, Tabitha's gonna go over and just like root out, like take out whatever plant it is. Like, okay, let's go.
I mean, it's, to be fair, with the city of the Hague, there's plants everywhere.
Yeah, so
they've
she's
got,
definitely
yeah,
Yeah.
rows
No,
and rows of plants everywhere.
she's got a plant. She's not taking the pot. She just has the plant.
Okay, so you
That is
probably
important.
ironically, you have a bunch of poppies in your hand. Because genuinely they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But you've got poppies in your hand, just carrying this big mound of poppies.
Okay.
I'm going to say to everybody, phones in the river now. I'll get you new ones tomorrow. Tomorrow night.
I
like
don't
that.
think that's necessary.
No.
Do you know how easy it is to track you through mobile phones?
I don't think these people need phones to track us down.
That-
They
how
seem
does
to
that
know
make you
where
more
we
comfortable?
are at all points.
Okay.
Sorry, mine's a work phone. I cannot destroy
At least
it.
turn them off.
Yes, I'll turn it off. I mean, it's usually off most times.
I'm aware.
It's on airplane mode.
Um,
If we're going back to the club, then I want to at the very least stop in a hotel somewhere so I can have a shower.
Fine. Just do not go home.
I'm not gonna go home.
Get me a laptop.
From a hotel.
Yes? Or wherever you go.
I'll have a look, see what I can do.
Thank you.
First thing, yeah, Lou's gonna kind of break off from the group then, and first thing he's gonna do is try and find like an all-night boutique or something like that. Like, he needs some new clothes.
Yeah.
He can't be wearing the sewer clothes all night. He can't.
I actually
I
like the
mean-
pain he can't.
Yeah. I mean, there's a couple of kind of small places. There's not many places open at like 3:30 in the morning.
No, I know, but there's got to be some places.
There are a
Work
couple of
someone.
there are a couple of like little, well, both big and little hotels that are open that may have something, but there's nowhere that you can buy clothes at this time.
Yeah, Lou's just gonna then is just gonna go and find a. He's actually going to try and find a fairly cheap hotel.
Okay. I mean, there's a few dotted about,
Yeah,
or like Airbnbs or whatever. Be able to find something.
yeah. He's going to find a kind of cheapest hotel. Get himself a room for the night, so that he can go up and wash himself. And then he's going to try and sneak into someone else's room to steal some clothes.
Right, okay.
And maybe a laptop.
And maybe a
Maybe a
laptop.
Okay, well, you're gonna need to roll for that, because I don't know how well you're gonna do being sneaky.
I'm not bad at sneaky. I'm not bad at sneaky.
Yeah, you
So
can
I need you to
Sometimes you don't need to
do.
to dominate them.
do. That's true.
Worst comes to worst, I'll just kill them.
Let me see. So it'll probably
There is always that option.
Well, I chose a cheap hotel because this is
Slay
like
everybody in the
no one
building.
give a shit.
You are probably gonna do stealth and awareness
Stealth.
because it's not just the people whose room you're sneaking into, it's the fact that it's still a cheap hotel at this time of night. There are
Yeah.
still people wandering about.
One success and 1-1.
Oof, so about even Stevens. Okay, so you attempt to break into someone else's room, and you can't. They've basically got like an extra thing on the door because it is a cheap hotel in the middle of Holland at this time of night. But as you're like trying to break in, someone comes around the corner, and she just kind of stops and looks at you and is like, "Sir, is everything okay?" And she works at the hotel, but she's very wary.
He immediately just holds up the key that he's got and goes, "I can't get into my room." And looks at the key. Goes, "Oh, that's a 9, not a 6. Wrong place." And just kind of stumble down the corridor.
She's a bit like, okay, you take care, sir.
Yes, my dear.
She just kind of turns and looks, just kind of shakes her head and just walks away.
Yeah, Lou will kind of walk past her, and as soon as she's gone past, he'll kind of just turn and take a look, and just kind of check to see A, what she's wearing, and B, if she's roughly the same size as him.
Oh no, she's like tiny. She's
Yes.
literally like 5'3" and built like a twig. Like there's like almost nothing to her.
Oh, that won't work. Yeah. He'll just settle for the shower for now then. And
I
Yeah.
mean, you could attempt to wash your clothes in the shower.
yeah, that's probably the best he can do in this particular situation. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm not very happy Lou having to clean his own clothes. What's everyone else up to?
Going back to the club.
Okay, you know from experience, Tabitha, that there is a place that you can hide, that is safe and secure because you've used it before.
Okay.
Mainly before you got the apartment with Lou, and sometimes even then when you're in the zone and you just lose track of time when the sun comes up. You know that there's a safe place in there that no one's found that you can hide in.
Okay.
It's not the most comfortable of places, but it is safe.
Cool.
What about Reinhardt and Cal?
On you go, mate.
No, I was just saying, I'm operating under that we're going to the club. That's what I thought you were doing, so he would go there.
Okay. What's Reinhardt doing? Are you also going to the club?
He is, but he's stopped for one because he's quick sending text because he can't walk and text at the same time. So we're back to the same person. And it's going to be Prey Warded. Something else. Then a full stop. One of ours ?
Okay. As you get to the club, you get a reply that says something else ? And then goes, not one of ours. Investigate, report back.
then probably under his breath, he's just gonna go Scheiße. Yeah, I'm not gonna reply back to it.
Yeah, so again, the place that you can hide in the club that Tabitha knows, it's not a tiny place, it's just right at the very bottom, basically where they keep all the kegs and bottles of booze
Yeah.
and all the kegs of beer, because you can't have any natural light in a place like that. So it is very dark and it's quiet. And Tabitha has figured out a way of being able to like lock the door without there being a lock. So like being able to wedge something in the way. I mean,
Yeah.
picking up things like barrels of beer is not actually very difficult for you guys.
Mm.
Yeah, and Tabitha
So-
starts, once we get down there, she starts rearranging this place, moving kegs around to try to like make it almost like set up almost like chairs with the kegs. And then on one of them, she puts the flowers on top of, and she starts to like almost to make it feel more like a proper room, almost like building a fort like a kid.
Mhm.
Need is making a home. Cal, am I gonna lose my home?
Not if we can help it, no. Just need to think. We can outthink this. This is a problem. But we're still alive. Well, you know what I mean.
Yes, I'm sure I have some contacts when they get back to me with information. I'm sure they might know something.
Yes, good information. Yes. Where is Lou?
We went to the hotel.
Hope they haven't got him.
I mean, how could you tell?
No,
Do-
no, I don't have
how
a
many
phone or
contact
anything. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like
Lou more or less just kind of does his best to wash all of his clothes in the shower, chucks them onto a radiator at full blast to dry them quickly as he showers himself. And then as soon as everything is dry enough, he's probably going to try and vacate via the window. And then make his way to the club before the sun comes up.
I mean, it's not really hard, because if it's that cheap a hotel, it's not exactly difficult for you to just walk. You've already paid for the room.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be that difficult for you to just walk out. So you don't actually need to sneak out the window. But if you do, you're going to need to roll for it. So it's up to you about whether you want to walk out the front door or whether you want to try the window.
If he's already paid, he'll walk out the door.
They'll just be like, bye, see you later. Because they just think you're going out. They're used to people coming and going all the time.
Yeah, he'll look over them, look over, and he'll also kind of like do a glance to see if maybe they have a laptop behind the front desk.
No, it looks like it's an actual PC.
He'll just kind of smile and go, "See you later," and head on out and start making his way towards the club.
Okay. As you get to the club, you see that they're basically kicking people out. It's like closing time, everyone time to go to bed. Again, by this point, it's coming up like 5:30 in the morning, so they're all getting kicked out. Everything's getting cleaned. You see Stephen, and he's like, "Oh, Lou, have you had any other thoughts about this surprise, or is it a surprise for me too?"
He just smiles at Stephen and goes, "It's a work in progress, but it'll all be ready by tomorrow night."
Excellent. Yeah, if you need anything from me, just let me know, or you know how it all works.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
darling, I will. I think I'm gonna just go in for a bit and kind of mull it over in there. I think if I can visualize the space in actual time, that might help.
And he's like, yeah, that's fine. He's used to you and Tabitha doing weird things in this club. So, yeah, you don't have a key as such, but you do know, like, where everything is. You do know that there's no place that's really locked off. So he's just like, yeah, that's fine. Just, have a wander if you need me. You know where I am.
Of course. Have a good, have a good rest.
You too.
We'll
And he's
see
like, getting ready to pack up and go.
See you in the evening. And yeah, he'll walk in and join the others. And just kind of like shows up in the little the room that he's probably very aware of as well.
Yeah.
Just walks in and goes, "That's mildly better, but I still feel very gross. Couldn't find your laptop, unfortunately, Cal. The place that I went to was a bit more old-fashioned than that."
Like when you walk in, Tabitha runs forward and gives you a big hug. It's like, oh, they didn't get you.
Yes, it is. It's fine, Lou. I'm glad you are among us.
Yeah, Lou like hugs Tabby back and is like, "Who gets me? Of course not, darling. No one gets me unless I want them to."
I'm gonna nervously close the door. I'm like, yeah, you can hug over here.
Lou just kind of looks around and goes, "I guess we're all camping out together here today.
Yes.
Not gonna lie, this has been a really, really shit day."
Yes.
Mhm.
I feel it is only going to unfurl and prove shitter.
When they turn you into a vampire, they don't explain all of the nonsense that goes with it.
No.
Who would have thought immortality would get complicated? Well, if we're settled up here for the day, does anyone want a drink?
I need a bowl.
A bowl?
Yes.
I won't question. Yeah, no, don't question. Don't
This-
question.
This will spill everywhere.
Yep, no, don't. We don't question the candle man. I'll get you a bowl. Is there any other personal requests, or should I just grab some stuff?
You could open that door in the sewer if you're taking requests, but no, I'm fine for now. We're alive.
Far less my area of capability than yours or Tabby's or Reinhardt's. So I'd probably be the least qualified to deal with that thing.
Let's just survive for now.
Let's. Lou will head over to the bar as everything's closing up and just get a. Just grab like a couple of bottles of whatever. I know we can't really get drunk off of this stuff, but
No.
Super sad.
it's really sad.
You
I'm
can go
actually
find someone
drunk
who is drunk.
That's
Yeah.
true. I could do that. Is there anyone left in the club who's being really belligerent and trying to avoid leaving?
No, everyone's basically been booted out. There was a few stragglers, but there's like the cleanup crew and stuff, and that's basically it. They're all used to weird requests from the pair of yous anyway, so nobody bats an eyelid when you go and ask for stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, he'll grab a bowl from behind the bar. Imagine it's like a bowl that had what kind of bowl do they have in a club?
The only thing I can think of is like a fish bowl.
Limes?
Yep.
Yeah, fish bowl, yeah. Yeah, that
Yeah.
fish bowl.
Champagne
bowl.
bucket.
Or they
Yeah.
maybe they might have a bowl behind the bar which has just got like a bunch of lemons and limes in
Yeah, that's what I was imagining. That big silver one, but any bowl's fine. It's just to
Yeah.
stop my face dripping all over the floor.
it.
Yeah, my head immediately went fishbowl, so you know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
there you
fine.
go then.
He'll find
I see.
some kind of container to contain Cal's
Yeah.
decaying body, and
Thank you.
I'm just kind of going to watch this with just quite interested because, as far as Reinhardt's aware, he's the only one who can actually consume food and drink
By the
Yeah.
time
without it being a problem until he needs to sleep.
by the time Lou gets back, Tabitha has squirreled her way into like a corner of the room as small as she can get herself with her headphones on. You could probably hear her music through the headphones. And she's mumbling to herself.
here's a bowl, and Reinhardt, you're probably the only one who can drink this stuff, so here's some whiskey.
Cute.
I mean, everyone else could, but you'd have to do checks, and then it would still like make you throw up after like an hour. So it's not really
Yeah,
worth the
it's not
hassle.
worth- not worth it. Let's just.
Are you gonna
This is gonna be
call it a day or night? I should say.
Yeah, I think so.
Call it.
I don't know what else we can do. At least no, I don't know enough.
Not this close to sunrise.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm probably going to take out one of my cigarettes, light it up, take a swig on the whiskey, put the cigarette back in, and pull out my journal, and just go right to the beginning and start flicking through it, see if I can remember anything like this
Nice.
through all my trips looking for stuff, and being chased around, see if this triggers any old memories.
Just trying to think what that would be under. Let me see. Let's see. Okay, if you want to give me, let's see, an occult and intelligence check for me.
Intelligence.
An occult.
Occult and intelligence. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. This is like the most dice I've ever rolled in this game. This is
It's your
8.
jam, dude. Yeah.
No, I have we have things we're actually good at, but we just
I
never
know.
do them so far.
Yeah.
That wasn't a very good roll. A very good noise.
It's 4 passes and 4 fails.
Okay, so there's a few things that spark kind of half a memory, but you couldn't tell anything else without actually being able to have access to your actual library and your actual diaries and notes and things like that, because this is just a basic notebook.
Yeah.
So there's a few words and phrases that are ringing a little bit of a bell, but
Okay.
that's all you can get so far.
Okay.
So are you all wrapping up for the night then? Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yes.
I need to go and get rid of my whiskey. I'll probably find a corner for that.
I imagine you're all in almost separate corners, apart from imagine Lou and Tabitha are fairly close together, but everyone else
Yeah.
is like as far away as from each other as possible.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Do not like sharing a room
Weird
with
group
anyone.
of friends that are kind
Friends.
of friends.
Yeah.
Friends haven't killed each other.
No,
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one's hurt yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're odd couples.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so call it a night, and use obviously kind of go to sleep. So, Tabitha,
Mhm.
you find yourself in a room, in a dark
No.
room,
No.
one that you have seen before. So the only light in the room is a little square at your feet. But the longer you look around, the more details you're starting to pick up. So you notice rows of benches on either side of you, as if you're kind of standing on an aisle, like in an aisle in between rows of seats. There doesn't seem to be any doors either in front of you or on the walls either side of you. You can just barely make out the shapes of things on the walls. They could be posters, pictures, something like that. You can't make out any detail, but you can see almost like an outline of things on the walls. You still can't hear anything, but you know you're not alone in the room.
Mhm.
When you look to either side of you, you can make out the familiar outlines of the other three people in the room with you. So Lou, Cal, and Ryan. So as you look up, a faint light appears and illuminates the stage. So standing on the stage, there's 5 figures. Behind them on the wall is a large banner with something written on it. Again, it's still too faint to make out.
Trying really hard to read it.
Yeah, all of the figures in front of on the stage are all wearing big cloaks, so you can't make out any detail. You don't know whether they're male, female, or anything. They all look roughly the same height, but that doesn't really mean anything. There's a very, very faint light comes from above you. As you go to look up, the figure in the middle on the stage steps forward. As they speak, it's the same voice as before, but you still don't know whether they are male or female, but you recognize the voice, but you don't know how.
Okay.
All they say are, you have been found guilty of your crimes and have been sentenced to death. And it all goes black. And that's us for tonight.
Like, I didn't do anything.
Nope, it just goes completely
Yeah.
black. It's almost like someone just like clicked their fingers and the whole thing was gone.
Ooh.
And that's us for tonight.
Well done, Faye.
Cliffhanger.
I'm gonna plan a freaking event for a nightclub.
It's fine. You have 2 weeks to think of something. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Let's add that to my list.
Oh man. All right, for everyone who has been watching, thank you for coming along and joining us. Thank you to the Bumble folks for coming along and raiding our stream. That was great. It was always great to see you guys on here. So yeah, you know we love you guys. If you are new and you're not familiar with us, we are Wayfarers League. You can find us at wayfarersleague.com. There are links on our website which will take you to our Discord, to our Twitch, to our YouTube, and our merch store and everything else wonderful. So make sure to come check those things out. We have games going up all the time and plenty of seats available still for some of the games on our website for this month, I believe. So make sure to sign up and get involved if you can. If you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow to find out when our next stream's going to be. Our next stream will actually be tomorrow night, which will be the next episode of our Homebrew Lab series, a very one of our favorite streams. And then we'll be on Friday night with our continuation of our Ever-Chosen campaign, and we are getting real close to the conclusion on that one, so definitely come check that out as well. Otherwise, we will be back in 2 weeks' time with the next episode of this stream to find out what awful things Fee has in store for us.
Yeah.
And thank you all again. Have a good evening.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.